here um, at Crypto Based Media once again. So you are very much welcome. So if you are live and you are watching us and you are active, you can just introduce yourself and just tell us where you are watching us from before we quickly get into the class right away. And for those that might not be seeing your screen clearly, just go to your settings on that media that interface that you are watching the live class. Just click on the settings icon, then you see quality. Then you click on higher image or higher picture quality. Then it will be very much clear, like the clarity will improve. So that's it. So for the start, my name is Crypted Joe. I'm a futures trader and also a tutor, a coach, and a mentor, which is the reason why we are gathered here once again this evening to learn one or two and then open our eyes to some things in the futures aspect of cryptocurrency. So yes, so if you are live with us and you're active, you can just introduce yourself, tell us your name and where you are watching us from. Quickly. It's time already. We don't want to waste much time before we get into the reason why we're here. Without wasting much time, just discuss and then before we call it a day. If you are online, you are active and you're watching us already, tell us your name and where you're watching us live from. Okay, while we wait for others to join, let's just quickly get into the class. Though they have an advantage because they have the should I say the opportunity or the grace of watching the class, like the recorded version of this class. So if you come late or you miss out on the class, there's always the recorded version of whatever class we are holding here. So without wasting much time, let's get into the reason why we're here. So basically, today we are talking about um, step-by-step guide on how to use Bybit for futures trading. So whether you're a beginner or an intermediate or adult beginner or advanced, is you can still learn one or two. And if you're a beginner, also you grab much knowledge from the class. Um, so today we are talking about step by step guide, like down each and every step that you need to take if you are to use Bybit for features trading, the main features that you'll be making use of, and also other features as you go into as you go further in your trading journey. Sorry, I had a network glitch. That's why my voice stopped. You were not hearing me for some time. So basically, I said today we are going to be learning about how to use Bybit, like the exchange. Out of the numerous exchanges, we have Binance, we have Bybit, we have BitGet, we have Get.io, we have there are many of them. So out of the numerous exchanges that we have. We are going to be using Bybit for our futures trading. So, in using Bybit, there are some basic features or basic um, yes, basic features in Bybit that you make use of. So, let me just head over to the Bybit interface. I hope you all can all see my screen. So, this is the Bybit interface, like the way it is on PC. So, we have the sport and features interface, and you have a section where you select your coins from. There are many of them. You select your coins that you want to trade. So that is how it is. Then you have your other section here that you can, where you take your signals from. Like you place your signals. You have the limit, market, conditional, but basically you use limit. If you're just starting out, you make use of limit. The market is when you enter immediately at the current market price, but limit, you basically use a particular price level to wait for market to get to before taking advantage of the market, whether you want to long or you want to short. So if you're just starting out, you'll be making use of limit. Like if you want to long, you place your price, your entry below the current market price. Then once it gets there and start going your way, you'll be making profit. And if you want to short a coin, you place your entry above the current price. Then once it gets there, then you start coming down. That is if you have done your technical analysis on your trading view. So that's what we are going to be talking about today, and the other features in it in the Bybit app, either the web session or the app. So good evening, Mr. Miracle. Good evening to you too. You didn't tell us where you're watching us live from, but that's okay. So basically, we have um, we have isolated cross portfolio and other ones, but if you're just starting out, to be making use of isolated. Yes, you'll be making use of isolated and a very low margin, say 5 to, let's say from as on 5x leverage, or probably as on 10. Sure, you understand. So you make use of low leverage, isolated. So whenever you open your Bybit and you see that um, it's showing cross or whichever one, just change it to, let's say it's on cross now. You just come there and select isolated. Understand? Then then you select your leverage. Now the leverage is when you have fixed your entry, your um your stop loss and take profit. So basically now, let's say for example I want to, like, now the rest of the features now I will be explaining to you, will be explained to you as I'm because I want to use a signal from my trading view now to explain the other features in on this Bybit app. So the rest of the other features you will get to understand them. So let's use, for example, this particular coin I did analysis on like few hours ago. So I'll be using it to explain. Okay, uh, you're watching from Makodi. Okay, I believe Makodi is cool and friendly this evening. Okay, Okay, that's not a problem. In subsequent teachings, we probably include technical analysis, but for this evening, we'll stick to how to use Bybit, to manage risk, calculate losses, leverage, and which other thing again? How to enter signal properly. That's our major focus this evening. If we can achieve that, then we can call it a full class. Yes. So now this is the analysis I did uh, on my trading view a few hours ago. Now I've already gotten my entry. Basically, you know that the one in ash or black color is your entries, which is my this is ICP USDT, one of the futures trading pair. So my entry is based on after I've done my analysis, I got my entry at 4.769. Then if it start going against me to stop my loss at 4.865. Then if it goes my way, then I'll get kicked out with profit at 4.433. Basically, I want to short the market from this particular strong level or strong zone to this particular um, level here to make reasonable amount of money. So now, let's say you are the type that you do your analysis by yourself. You do your analysis by yourself. Now you are done on trading view. You are done with your analysis now. Now you pay attention to um your long position to or short position. Like in this example now, I'm shorting the market, so I'm using short position to. Understand? You have long position to. You have short position two. Short position two is the one that has the greener part facing down and the red part up. Long position is the one that, let me even, this is your long position two. The greener part is at the top, that's your take profit area, and the red part is at the bottom, that's your stop loss in case it start going down instead of going up. So that's the difference. So now I want you guys to pay attention to this short position two. Now let's see, this example is for those of us that know how to do technical analysis on trading view. I'll also do example for those that don't have technical analysis knowledge on how to take signals. Maybe you have been given signal, you are a copy trader. I'll also do example for that. So I'm done with this analysis now. Now you pay attention to this figure at the top here, the one in red color, like the one in you see two brackets, you see some digits in it. For this particular example, I have 2.1 percentage as my stop loss percentage. Now we always focus, we use stop loss percentage to divide the amount we want to risk on a particular trade. You understand? So now this is my stop loss percentage. After placing my SL or my stop loss at this particular area, it gave me 2.01 percentage. Now what am I to do with that 2.01 percentage? Now for this particular trade, I want to risk 0.5 dollars, that is 0.5 USDT. In case it goes against me, I want to lose 0.5 dollars, that is half a dollar. So now what am I going to do? Since I want to lose 0.5 dollars, I will divide 0.5 by that 2.01 percentage. You understand? So let me use my phone to calculate it real quick. You can also follow me. So I want to lose 0.5 dollars, that is 0.5 divided by 2.01. Now it gave me 24.87. Now you are working with the one before the decimal point. You understand? So 24 is what I work with. Now that 24 is your order value that you are going to place on Bybit, because Bybit has two interface. If you are using limit to place your signal, it has two interface right here. Sorry, it has two boxes. We have on the limit, we have price, we have the price is where you want to enter a particular coin at. Then the value in your phone might be other price or other value. So this value is where you place that 24. Yes, because it's as if you're entering the trade with let's say $24, but whereas we are entering the trade um with a particular amount based on leverage. I will show us. So now this is the coin ICP. So change it You change it from BTC. So you take note of this also. When you come to your Bybit, you take note of the current pair it is. Now you search ICP. Now, if you are using a laptop, pay attention to these two the way it opens up like this. You understand? We have the perpetual, we have the spot. Now this is ICP in the spot section. We have and this is the perpetual. So we are working with the one in the perpetual section. This is ICP, this is IP. You take note that I'm not going to choose another pair to be trading. So you click on that ICP USD, then you wait for it to load. After that, you have changed it now to become you want to trade. Now the first box is your entry, the second box is the other value you get after dividing the amount you want to risk on trade by that your stop loss percentage, whichever figure it gives you. So mine is 2.01. I've divided 0.5 I want to lose on the trade by that stop loss percent, and it gave me 24, which is my other value. So now this first box is where I'll place my entry. My entry is 4.769. 4.769. So I'll place it here 4.769. Now the other value 24. You understand? So I'm going to use 10x leverage. Now pay attention to on your phone also, it will be showing like this. You will see quantity. That's the um let me say the quantity of the coin you'll be buying based on this $24 you're entering the trade with. It's as if you're entering the trade with $24, but basically you're entering the trade with 2.42. So I'm just going to, because I don't have up to that, I'm going to use 25x leverage for this part to show you something. Now I've increased my level. Now take note, this is the quantity of the coin I'm buying. Like I want to um I want to I'm taking the price from that particular entry point 5.1 5.1 internet computer coin, because that is the full name ICP, and the cost is actually 2.42, let me say $2.42. So it's as if I'm entering the trade with 24 USDT, but basically I'm entering the trade with 2.42 USDT. Now you click on your TPSL box, then you place in your first thing first, you place in your stop loss. Your stop loss is 4.865, 4.865, 4.8. Pay attention to this expected loss. Make sure that what you are seeing is what you calculated to lose. Expected loss 0.48. If you approximate it will give you 0.5. So for those of us that are good in maths, expected loss is 0.48 USDT, and the risk and the return on investment is I'll lose minus 50% of the amount I'm entering the trade with. 50% of 2.42 is actually that 0.5, and you're fixing your take profit. Take note of the stop loss first before you even talk of take profit. 4.433, 4.433. You see, it's a 1:3. Um, it's a 1:3 trade. 3.5. So you multiply whatever amount you are risking by 3.5. That's what you get if you hit take profit. So I will make 1.69 um USDT. You understand? Then I want to um short the coin. Let me do something. I want us to understand something. Now, after placing your entry, your order value, that's the answer you get from on your calculator. If you divide your risk amount by your stop loss percentage, you put in your take profit and your stop loss. Now, you take note of the expected loss first before the expected profit. Then you click on I want to short the coin. So I'll click on short. Now, you pay attention to this window. Very close attention. Once you are done with placing your credentials from your Bybit, from your trading view rather, a window normally pops up. Yes, if your own does not pop up after clicking on buy or sell, just when you open your Bybit on that futures trading interface, you look at the top right corner, you see a three dots. Click on it, then you see preference below. Click on preference, then you click on confirmation window, then you activate the first one, that is confirmation window before placing order. Then whenever you click on buy or sell, this one will always pop up. Now, take note of this. If you are shorting a coin, make sure that your stop loss is lower than your liquidation price. Your liquidation price is the one in yellow color. This is estimated liq price, that is liquidation price is 4.912. Now I'm to make sure that my stop loss is lower than this figure. Why? Because if it goes my way, I want to hit my stop loss first before my liquidation. If my stop loss is lower than my liquidation, it will kick me out with my little loss rather than hitting my liquidation and losing the whole of this particular amount I'm entering the trade it. This one, I will not lose 2.42, rather I will lose 0.5. You understand? So if you are shorting a coin, make sure your liquidation, your stop loss is lower than this. Now, my stop loss is 4.865. My liquidation is 4.912. That means I'm good to go. I can click on confirm and place this trade. Do you get? So my stop loss is 4.865 from the analysis and my trading view, and my liquidation price is 4.912. So this is lesser than this. So I can click on confirm and place the order and wait for price to get to this level. Now, if you are longing a coin, is the opposite. If you are longing a coin, your stop loss should be higher. Now, let's say I want to long this coin, my stop loss should be the one in yellow color. But now I'm shorting, so my stop loss should be lower. If you are shorting, your stop loss should be lower than liquidation price after clicking on short or sell. And if you are buying or longing, your stop loss should be higher than your liquidation price by checking this window that normally pops up when you click on long or short. So that's for those that can do analysis by themselves. Signal. You are being given a signal and they just give it to you like um ICP USDT entry 4.769, stop loss 4.865, take profit 4.433, like that in text format, and there is no stop loss percentage. You understand? There's no stop loss percentage. Now, I want us to I hope we're all following. Okay, for those of you that the video is not showing, you can just exit the class and rejoin using the link. Then everything will be showing. And if it's not clear, for clarity, just click on the settings icon at the top, click on quality and select high image or high picture quality. Everything will be showing. So now for those of us that stop loss percentage, I want to show you the manual way of getting your stop loss percentage so that you can divide your risk amount by that um, stop loss percentage. So I'll just open my note and type it. So basically, if you are taking a short coin, if you are taking a short on a particular coin, you'll be doing because if you are taking a short, your stop loss is always higher than your entry. So this is the cheat code to get your stop loss percentage. If you have been given your signal in text format and they don't give you your stop loss percentage, Like some people will give you signal without giving you stop loss percentage to divide your risk amount by it to get your order value that you place on Bybit. So I want to show you the manual way to get your stop loss percentage on your calculator. Then you divide your risk amount by it, then you get your order value. Then you do your calculation of the amount you want to risk. Then um, place your signal. So if you are taking uh, a short or a sell in a short trade, um, is stop loss minus entry. The stop loss minus entry, then divide by entry, then multiply by 100. In a short trade, your stop loss is higher than your entry, because if the trade start going against you, it will be going up. So your stop loss is always higher than your entry in a short trade. So if you are doing plus or minus, you always put the bigger number first before the smaller one. So you take the smaller number from the bigger one. You understand? So your entry, stop loss minus entry, divide by entry, then multiply by 100. Now, and then in a in a long trade now, your entry is higher than your stop loss, so it will be entry minus minus stop stop loss. Sorry, I'm supposed to bring this down. In a long trade, entry minus stop loss, then divide by entry then multiply by 100. So once you do this, it will give you your um your stop loss percentage. Now let's take for example this short trade. Now in that particular example, on that chart, our stop loss is 4.865, then minus our entry 4.769. Then you press your equals to, then divide by entry now, which is 4.769. You press your equals to, then multiply by 100. You see on my calculator is 2.01300 blah 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 blah. So you see how our trading view gave us was able to calculate it and gave us 2.01. So this is for those that you have been given a signal and the stop loss percentage is not included. So you can take a screenshot. This is a manual way of getting your stop loss percentage. Let me even type it here. So this is manual way of getting stop loss percentage for those that you are being given a signal without the stop loss percentage. So you can take a screenshot. So that is how to get your stop loss percentage. Then whatever answer you get, basically after the point, the first two in my calculator, I'm getting 2.013000062. So I'm working with 2.01. After the decimal point, the first two is what you pick, and if the second one is above 5, then you approximate. So that's basically how to go about it. Then um which other thing now, I want to show you guys how to set multiple take profits. Yes, maybe you have TP1 before your normal full take profit. Okay, if you have, let's say for example we have